Hi guys, it's Sid the Simmer and welcome to my very first video. So this is a speed build on a house I called Boho Home for 2. So just a little background about me. I used to play Sims 3 a lot when I was younger, and even 2, Sims 2, I don't really remember, but I do remember playing it. Just don't remember much about it. But anyways, so I started playing Sims 4 again when my sister bought it, and I instantly got hooked, and I've been playing ever since. I took a little break earlier this year just because school was so crazy, and I was working full-time, 2 jobs actually during the summer, so I was just insanely busy. But I'm back again, and this is the first house build I've done in a really long time, so I apologize for the shakiness and kind of me jumping back and forth, but hopefully you guys enjoy it, and let me just finally start talking about the house. So I actually got inspired by a picture I saw on Pinterest. That's actually where I got this idea for the uneven roof. And as you can see here, I'm trying to put windows up there because in the picture, it actually had these amazing windows at the top, just all around the house, and I thought it looked so cool. So here I was trying to get that to work in the house here, but of course, well, not of course, but from the screenshots, you'll see that it didn't really work out. Or you might have seen it in the thumbnail that it didn't work out. So I was just trying to fill that space with something because I felt like it looked weird, barren like that. So that's just me trying to figure out what to put there. But anyways, I love the kind of wood slabs that I've used on the outside here. I've tried to use this wallpaper or this, this style on a house for so long, and it's never worked out. But I finally got it to work with this house, so that was awesome. I don't know what this garland thing is, or this kind of like curtain or piece of art is. I'm assuming it's from the Day of the Dead, but I really love it. And I also really love this actual garland thing that I'm putting up here, and that's what I end up using to fill the space. I feel like it works really well, actually. So I usually focus on starter houses, or not focus, but that's what I find I'm best at, is doing those cute little starter homes. I really enjoy them. They're kind of fast, but I find them really fun. But anyways, this is kind of one of the quote-unquote bigger houses I've done. I want to build up to be able to do full-on mansions. I see other people do that, and I think it's so amazing. But anyways, I'm going off on another tangent, and I'm not even talking about the house. But so the inside is actually fairly big for how much the house costs. I think it's only about like 22 grand. And the house is pretty big. It has 2 pretty big rooms, 1 bathroom, and an open concept kitchen living area. So when I built this house, I kind of imagined it to be 2 girls, like sisters or best friends or something like that, moving in together, in college or right after college, who are super boho and have different personalities, but kind of like the same style, which would be boho, obviously. But yeah, so that's kind of what I envisioned it to be. So this first room I had a lot of trouble with because I did not know what bed I wanted to use. This bed is the only bed from the base game that I like, and I don't have any other packs that included new beds. I only got Dino, Movie Stuff Pack, and Get Together, and as far as I can remember, those don't come with any new beds. So this is the only bed I like, but I know it's technically uncomfortable for Sims, so that's kind of annoying, but I just prefer it the best for the style of house anyway. But I had a lot of trouble figuring that bed out. And I find that the bed sheets, since I was using a bigger bed, kind of set the whole tone for the room. So I was having trouble with that. So I just kind of skipped over that and decided to do the floor. And I love using this wood floor in all my builds. I just think it's so cool, and I love the texture of it. So that's why I use that. I use it quite frequently, to be honest. I think it looks really good with a lot of different things. So for that room, I ended up going kind of for an earthy toned room. I wasn't completely happy with it, to be honest. I wanted to have a lot more personality than it did, but like I said earlier, I've just gotten back into house building and Sims in general, so I kind of just let it slide, and I see myself in the near future renovating the whole inside of the house again, and maybe the exterior a little bit, but I do like the exterior. It would be a good base to work off of and renovate and kind of fix up, I think. So this second room is the girlier room. So I imagined it to be 2 sisters, but it could be sisters, best friends, whatever you want it to be. But I did imagine it to be two sisters, and I find that this one would be the younger sister. So she's definitely more into the decorating, which is why the rest of the house in my mind was a bit more colorful, a bit more girl, quote unquote, traditional girly colors, I would say. But both sisters, I imagined, still really liked that boho style. So even though the older sister here, her room is more earth toned, she still has, some pattern, and she does still have some color. So like I said, I usually do starter homes. So I don't usually, use the more expensive appliances, quote unquote, or the more expensive counters. So I decided, since I was building not a starter house, to try them out. And I've never used these ones before, but I really like them. And I like that they have a lot of different color swatches. I originally wanted it to be a bright yellow kitchen, but I thought that looked really bad, so I went for the blue instead. Like I said earlier, I wanted this to be like young adults. So I imagine this to be a place that they kind of rented out, and it's kind of, not the most coordinated place ever when it comes to the walls and the floor and the colors and the template. But I wanted it to be like they moved in and they kind of tried to make it their own. But there still needs to be renovations done, things don't totally match, but they still make it work, and you would still walk in and be like, oh, this is a cute place. So that's kind of how I envisioned this house to be. That's kind of the personality or the story I want to give it. So I loved the boho, or the movie stuff pack, I think that's what it's called, that came with all this boho, this colorful stuff. But I didn't want to use too much of it because I didn't want the house to look so incredibly matchy. But yeah, so that's why I kind of have some mixed matched pieces here. Bathrooms to me are honestly kind of boring. I kind of always do them the same, so that's why it's pretty plain. I kind of just kept it whatever. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. So I wish, like I said earlier, I added more to this house, but I think eventually I will kind of fix it up. I think it's also so funny how in The Sims, I always want so much stuff on the walls and so many objects and so many things. But in real life, I prefer like things to be really blank and empty. Like I prefer more quote unquote, not even minimalist because I have a lot of stuff, but just more like, blank walls, not as much furniture, just to have more space. Realistically, more space for my clothes, but whatever. So here I'm trying to landscape. I'm such a fail at landscaping, but hopefully I'll get better. Usually I just end up doing flowers, but I did want to put some landscaping. So like I said, it looked a bit unkept. It looked a bit like, not disheveled, but just kind of like it wasn't, the newest place in the world. So here I'm just trying to add clutter, just add a few details to make the house look a bit more personalized. Sorry I spin around so many times, it's kind of a nightmare, but yeah, so I'm just adding a mailbox, and then from there on I'm just touching it up, and soon we'll go into screenshots, I believe? Oh, not yet, but very soon. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up and subscribe if you liked it. I will definitely post more. I hope you join me on my journey to becoming better at building, because that's what I found I really enjoy in Sims. I thought at first it was playing, which I still do love playing, but building I'm just so into right now. So I'm really excited to get back into it. Hope you guys join me on this adventure journey, whatever, and you can give me tips on how to improve my building and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's just me adding more detail to the house. Adding some more windows. Windows are always a good thing. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's pretty much it. So that's the house. Thanks guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!